Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize I had hit the button. But hi, guys, and welcome back to Reads Readers with your host, Clinton Reed. And today, I'm going to bring with you my December / Merry Bookmas Wrapup. Hold on. I know I've got my lovely prompts, what I rated everything, because I used one of these this time. But we're going to go through the books that I read throughout the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books that I completed and 1 DNF in the month of December. And I will tell you which each one covers for the prompts on Merry Bookmas. Let's first start off with the DNF, which I always start with. And unfortunately, that is Meet Cute Club by Jack Harbin. I didn't really get much far into it. I just wasn't vibing with the writing style. I would still recommend this to people who might actually jive with the writing style. I just unfortunately couldn't. And this is one of my most disappointments. So I will be unhauling this. And hopefully giving it to someone who might actually enjoy it more. So unfortunately, that's gotta go. Now I have 4 rereads this month. The first one I'm going to talk about is the lowest out of those. And that's going to be Demigod Diaries by Orton, which is like a short story collection of characters from the Percy Jackson and the Heroes of Olympus series by Orton. It was like the next one that I had to read in our overabundance that me and Mel and some people are doing. Reading all the Ortons. Now, this one counts for friends to lovers, retellings, games and competitions, close quarters, found family, and I would also count this as a chosen one. So, I will state I completed all 12 challenges. Just every book counts for more than one. So, there's my 4-star. Now, the first out of the 5 stars is Rivenstone by Tj Cloon. I've already talked about this in a live show. This is a story about gay werewolves. I also read the short novella that comes after this, Love Song, which is all of Elizabeth's. It's like a 15-page story about Elizabeth and Thomas, which I bawled my eyes out. Both of these stand for friends to lovers, enemies to lovers, small town, found family, close quarters type of things. And I love them so much. See, I don't really talk much on my rereads, especially with Ravensong. I have a whole live show dedicated to that. So I will link that down below. Also, pardon for how I look. This is the first moment I haven't felt sick all week. And thought I could do this. I'm going to film a couple more looking like this, so bear with me. But another one that I reread, I buddy read Red, White, and Royal Blue with, I want to say I buddy read it with Rhea. But I'm not for sure. Foggy Brain. For those of y'all who do not know what Red, White, and Royal Blue is, Red, White, and Royal Blue follows the son of the President of the United States and the Prince of England as they fall in love. And this is by far still one of my all-time favorite contemporary romances. I absolutely love it. Again, 5 out of 5 stars. I will reread it every year. I do it every year. So, and I will definitely be reading it again this year at some point. This one counted for royalty, fake dating, found family, close quarters, enemies to friends to lovers, and a little bookception because of all like the notes they pass back and forth. I'm counting it as bookceptions, so. But yes, 5 out of 5. Amazing stars. I don't know why I have this one next and not the other one. Hold on. Because that one should be higher up. Okay. Next is a manga. I read Beastars Volume 1, which this is kind of which I gave 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this. Sterling got it in December and was like, I kind of want to read it. Which I do believe it was a gift. Was this one a gift? No. It wasn't. One of the other mangas was then. I feel like this was a gift, though. This is basically a furry dream. This is a world where animals are humanoids. We're a school where predators and prey and friendships. Okay. I'm just going to read the back because this is the best way to explain it. I'm still so far confused and still very intrigued. But at a high school where the students are literally divided into predators and prey, friendships maintain the fragile peace. Who among them will become a Beastar, a hero destined to lead in a society natural rife with mistrust? That's all you should know going into this. I will be continuing the mangas. We tried to watch the show, and I just can't jive with the animation, but I am curious to continue the story, at least in manga form. So, 4 out of 5 stars. This had royalty aspects to it. Royalties in the sense of this world's type of royalty. It's hard to explain. Animal companions, because they were all animals and they were all friends to each other. And very much close quarters. So, 4 out of 5 stars. And my next 4 out of 5 stars was a wild ride. And I finally finished Desperate Measures by Katie Roberts. This was kindly gifted to me by Tracy so long ago. Finally finished it, Tracy. This is, as we call, Disney After Dark. This follows Jasmine and Jafar and the very much erotic BDSM kind of relationship that they have. I absolutely loved this. The reason why it only got a 4 out of 5 star is that I had a few issues. My major issue is I relate my sister, who passed away in 2009, to Jasmine a lot. And it was kind of hard hearing Jafar going, baby girl. And her going, daddy. Ugh. It was overtly used, and I kept having issues with the whole Jasmine this, Jasmine that part. But I am very much intrigued to continue. I have the second one in the series, Learn My Lesson, which is the Hades, Meg, Hercules. And just saying, there's a threesome in here with Meg, Jafar, and Jasmine. And if that is anything to show what I'm looking forward to in the next one. Whew. But this one represented enemies to lovers, close quarters, second chance, and royalty aspects. I was giving this a second chance because I had started it. When I got it, does it tell me when I got this? Back in April. So I want to say back in May I started this and put it down because I was having issues with the Jasmine part. But then I saw that I didn't have much left to finish it, and I just wanted to finish it before the year was over. And I am so happy I did, because Jasmine is a badass bitch and everyone should recognize. Next, I have on here the group book, which we had multiple live shows talking about this. And that is Wilder Lore by Amanda Foodie, The Accidental Apprentice. This, all of us gave 4 out of 5 stars. I am super excited for the sequel to this. This is basically if if Nevermore, Trials of Morrigan Crow mated with Pokemon. And that's all I feel like you should know going into this. I will link down below our discussion with Amanda Foodie on it. If y'all are curious on that live show. But this is slowly becoming, this has potential to be one of the best middle grade series that I've ever read. Because this gives you all that nostalgic vibes. And I will be reading more from Amanda Foodie in the future. So yeah. I know I don't really talk much about the books that I read, but I feel like I went into a lot of these blind, and I feel like you guys should as well, if that makes sense. My next one is... Oh, and Wilder Lore, Wilder Lore was good for small town, game/competitions, close quarters, found family, animal companions, and chosen one tropes. Because the animals choose them, so a chosen one trope. Next, we have Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim, which was kindly gifted to me by Mel at Completely Melanie. She thought I would love it, and she was right. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars. The minute I finished it, I purchased the sequel. We'll be getting that soon. Well, I purchased it payday. I will be getting to this soon, the sequel to this soon, hopefully. Because I really enjoyed this. Gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. This is pretty much this is Mulan meets Project Runway, where Maya Tamarin disguises herself as a boy and enters the competition to become the king's or the emperor's, what's the word? Sick brain. The emperor's legendary dressmaker, and she ends up having to make a dress. Oh, tired, sick brain. She has to make a dress seeking the sun, the moon, and the stars. Make 3 legendary gorgeous gowns. It's really... I should not be doing this video right now because I love all these books and I remember everything about it, but words are hard to speak right now. But I really enjoyed this. I highly recommend this. This is a great retelling of Asian mythology, and I am very interested because the way that ended. Oh, girl. Needs to know. With Spin the Dawn, this gives you friends to lovers. This gives you small town, competition, retelling, fake dating, close quarters, royalty, and animal companions all throughout it. It's just fabulous. I highly recommend, and this almost got a 5 stars, but I wasn't bawling. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to be rating things, and I've noticed a pattern. A lot of my favorite books that get 5 stars, get an automatic emotion out of me. Normally me bawling my eyes out, so I'm trying to narrow down how I'm rating things a little bit better so that it makes more sense all across the board. But highly recommend this. And now we're to my last 2 books of the month. Both are tied as my favorite book of the month. One I get to reread later this year when the book actually comes out. So these are in no particular order. These are both equally my favorite books of the month. I'm just going to talk about the arc first because I feel like it needs a little bit more pizzazz on it. And I read A Little Bit Country by Brian D. Kennedy. This book comes out in May 2022. Let me put down all of this. This book pretty much, I'm just going to read the back because it really does sum this book up perfectly. And that is Dumpling meets Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda in this heartfelt and funny LGBTQ plus contemporary romance about two teen boys who fall in love against the backdrop of a Dollywood-esque amusement park. Emmett McGuire and Luke Barnes couldn't be more different. After all, Emmett wants to be a country music's biggest gay superstar, and Luke hates country music. But when the two meet cute at Wanda World, the amusement park owned by Emmett's idol, country music legend Wanda Jean, their attraction to each other is unstoppable. Until a long-lost secret comes to light, threatening to unravel everything. A Little Bit Country is a swoony romance that is also a clear love letter to rom-coms, Dolly Parton, and country music. And I wouldn't just stop with Dolly Parton, because I got vibes of Patsy Cline, Loretta Lynn, Tammy Wynette, The Judds. I felt Reba in here, Shania Twain, Martina McBride. All the old country stars that we grew up with from the 90s and from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Those divas are so prevalent in here. They're not even mentioned by name, and they're everything. This is by far my favorite queer rom-com or YA queer rom-com of all time. Heartstopper's a little bit different because Heartstopper's a graphic novel, so. But, you see here. I can't even think of any to compare this to. But as someone who grew up in the South, as an Okie, growing up with the country music, I felt every bit of Luke and Emmett throughout this. Yeah, I don't have the pipes to be a country singer, but I loved this, and if any of y'all can take any advice from me besides like Tj Cloon and stuff like that on an upcoming YA queer novel, this is what you guys should be looking out for. This, if you don't even like country music or country at all, this will make you love it. And the references to Kelsey Ballerini and Casey Musgraves, listen, Linda. Listen, there's even a Carrie Underwood reference in here, if I remember correctly. I think it was Carrie Underwood that was referenced. Also, if you love Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but you want a little more of a Dolly Parton twist to it, I highly recommend A Little Bit Country by Brian D. Kennedy. Be on the lookout. This comes out in May of 2022. I've already got my copy pre-ordered. Once we get my copy, one of us gets I know Sterling's getting a copy for his shelves. We're getting one copy for this, and this is going on my favorite shelf because this just blew me away as a debut novel. Just saying, everybody look out for it. Oh, and A Little Bit Country. For Bookmas, we have Friends to Lovers, Small Town Romance, Competitions, Close Quarters, Found Family, and I would say Royalty because Wanda in here, Wanda Jean is called country music royalty. Just like Dolly Parton is like the queen of country. That's how, like, Wanda Jean is represented in here. So I would say it counts for royalty. I don't care what Mel and Kaylani say about that, but I'm counting it for that. But I have more that count for royalty, so. And the last book of the month, which y'all can probably see, which makes Kaylani and Mel and Sterling extremely happy that I read this. Which, mind you, I started this book months ago. Put it down at the 400 mark and said I was probably never going to get back to it. And if I did, I wouldn't give it a 5-star. House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. Crescent City. 5 out of 5 stars. I had stopped at literally like 400, and I do believe I had finished it at a chapter mark. I had stopped at chapter 43 and said, oh, I'm not going to finish that. I just needed to be in the right headspace for this book, because I finished it, and it blew me away. Still not my favorite Sarah J. Maas, because it probably will never beat Akamath. But Sterling's ordering a copy, I'm ordering a copy. So, if that tells you how we feel about Crescent City, I think you should go into this blind. Just know that this is an urban fantasy with werewolves, witches, fae, angels, mermaids, vampires. Anything magical you can think of is in here. So, yes. And House of Earth and Blood. Ooh. Wrong side of the paper. Got second chance, because it's my second time reading it. I chose the chosen one because she was chosen to do this. Friends to lovers, found family. There's royalty in here. There's animal companions. There is bookception. Like, legitimately, this book blows me away. And I am so pissed off at myself for not reading it earlier with everybody else. But everybody I discussed it with, I was texting Kaylani throughout the whole thing. Like, oh my god, did that just happen? Please tell me that didn't just happen. Like, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck? I was constantly texting her that. And she was having a ball with me. But yes, 5 out of 5 stars. Highly recommend. Personally, to me, I say get past that first 400 mark if you're not really feeling it. And then see how you feel. Or put it down and then come back with a better mindset. Because this blew me away. So these are the 9 physical books. And then I have 1 ebook that I read for Mary Bookmas. Have you read any of these? Comment down below and let me know what your thoughts were on them. Did I inspire you to pick up any of them? Especially pick up A Little Bit Country. Did you guys join us with Mary Bookmas? Comment down below. Let me know how y'all did. Did you complete all the challenges? Did you double up, triple up, quadruple up? Did you have fun? That's all I want to know. But again, if you're new, hit that thumbs up, and you might as well hit subscribe. I won't be as a mess all the time. Oh, wait. Who am I kidding? I'm always a mess on this channel. Let's be honest. At least I'm honest. But that's all I got for you guys today. And remember, kids, always be fabulously yourself. Until next time, oh boy!